Do 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 do. Oh, we're live. Okay.
Your mom's a friend.
Is that how we're really starting this? Your mom's a friend.
Well, okay, your mom's my friend. I think.
I would say yes to that.
I assume we're
Hi.
friends.
This is a very awkward intro.
you can tell how long it's been since we recorded. Hi guys, it's been a while.
How we doing? Cat, say hi. You said hi in cat sniffing noises. Hi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the transition.
Just yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
I won't say this.
Welcome to the Kingsmith podcast.
with your friend, with your friendly neighborhood co-host, awkward and more awkward,
and also cat.
and also cat.
This is Anakin the cat.
Anakin the cat.
How are you doing, Andy?
He might headbutt one or both of us. We don't know.
This is so funny. He's up here like he's like podcasting with us from the couch. You can stay up here if you want, but you are fine. I might give you the mic every once in a while. Here, watch this. Do you want the mic? Hi.
That's how he shows affection. Apparently, he likes the mic.
This is true.
Anyway, hi, Nathan. It's been a while.
It has been a hot second. You're not wrong.
So, yes, y'all, our schedules are crazy busy. Shocker. So
I was in Florida.
you were in Florida.
I was in Florida. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I liked it. That's where I got this. Actually, shout out the Hudson Beach Ice Cream Parlor. Very, very good ice cream there.
And Buddy
Yeah.
is over in the other room freaking out.
He's going bonkers right now. Also, if you hear some rattling in one of the mics, it might be mine because I think something. Oh, there he goes. Something busted loose in it, but it's still working. Okay, so I'm not worrying about it right now.
All right.
I'm gonna have to take it apart later.
We'll see.
Yeah. So, anyways, first things first. I bought a new phone today.
It is. I was gonna say impressive, but it's an iPhone, so you know.
It is. He likes it. Okay. He loves this thing. It looks like a giant orange candy bar. Like, I want to eat it. I want to go up to my phone and bite the camera.
Don't.
Like, no, seriously, it looks like a candy bar.
It's a $1,200 phone.
It looks like it's an
That's an
11, and I had trade-in, so it was $900.
That's an expensive candy bar.
I mean,
That thing better be good.
I put Apple Care on it. I
And
mean,
not
I could
taste
bite
like,
it.
you know, phone screen, phone screen,
Silicon.
silicon, and
Lithium.
your dirty hands.
Actually, it's more like the T-Mobile guy's hands because I barely touched this thing.
Oh, you still touched it, so
This is true. It's a mixture.
Don't eat phones, people.
It's got like satellite chips in it and stuff.
Do not eat phones.
Yeah. Anyway, so if the quality looks a little bit higher and you can see every single like cat hair,
Beard hair on my face.
like you can see like how
and Nathan's
the
favorite peach
top of
fuzz.
my head doesn't like comb right, even though nobody
Hey.
sees that. Oh, he's thinking about it. Buddy, if you touch that cable, Anakin, you too. As soon as I said Anakin, he turned his head like, what? Buddy? Yeah, you know. Come up here. Hey, Anakin. Yep. Thank you for showing your butt to the whole world. Down.
Hey.
There we go. I got him. I saved it. I saved the broadcast. Ow. All right. Don't chew on that. You unplugged my MacBook. He didn't even. That's the impressive part. He didn't even do anything. Everybody move. You will go into the room if you cause more disruptions. No.
Anakin's starting to play. He's
like, oh, this is a game. Like, no, I don't want you to bite me right now. I'm trying to plug in a computer so that we can have a broadcast. Okay.
The Wonders of Petco.
That was fun.
Buddy, I can see you.
He's really thinking about it.
He's thinking about it.
He's like, I want to do it, but I can't because I'm going to get in trouble. All right. So what are we actually talking about today, Zach? Oh, no. Okay.
So, this is something we've touched on, like, in, like, different parts and clips and other things.
Yeah.
We've talked about it in regards to abortion. We've talked about it in regards to evolution.
But we haven't talked about it straight up.
We haven't talked about atheism straight up.
Yeah.
So
that's it. That is what we're talking about. We're talking about atheism today when we're not fighting cats.
And each other.
So Zach and I were having a conversation when we went to the restaurant this afternoon. Well, really this evening.
While we were waiting for Nathan's phone to do things.
Yes, this is true. We were waiting on it to transfer my data over. But we were talking about Pascal's wager and atheism and why there really isn't any logic behind it.
There isn't.
And this is just we're starting, by the way, from a very human perspective before we even get into scriptural.
Right. This is very
Yeah.
This is nothing to do with religion really at all. And
No.
I have some things I'll talk about in religion, regards to religion, a little bit later on.
Sure.
But let's talk about Pascal's wager.
So Pascal's wager basically says if you are an atheist, you have everything to lose. But if you are a Christian, you have nothing to lose. Okay? So more or less, if you're a Christian and you're wrong about God, but the atheists happen to be right, you die and you go into the ether. Like you disappear. You cease existing.
Whatever Aetherius is the afterlife.
Yeah.
Or the lack of afterlife.
But okay, yeah. I was looking up to make sure that was Pascal's wager, and it is. So now if you're an atheist and you're wrong, you get sent to eternal condemnation. So there's a lot of people out there that talk about faith and they talk about having faith and that kind of thing.
Right.
Based on Pascal's wager, which, by the way, I think logically is completely accurate, and Blaise Pascal was a genius, but based on that, I would have to say it takes way more faith and guts to be atheistic than it does to be theistic or to be a believer in God.
You're right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So,
you better be right.
You better be right, or you're going to be...
Yeah. You really only have one chance.
Right.
And that chance is based on you being correct.
Right.
And you're a human. How many times are you correct? How many times are you incorrect?
Too many times to count.
Yeah.
Sort of... I heard this from a comedian not a while ago, and I thought this is also a bit to the logical side of
yeah.
Of just like how are people and he was just like, how do people become atheists? And like I was thinking about the same things, and I came across a comedian of all things that just came out. I forget his name.
Okay, I was just making sure the audio was working. It is.
But anyway, I forget his name. I forget the comedian's name. And he was talking to his Christian friend. And the Christian friend, I'm going to summarize this whole story. The Christian friend gave him this thing, and I thought it was really meaningful. So, in order to be a true atheist, Nathan, in order to truly be atheist, you have to not only be educated in science and logic and all that stuff, but you have to be a scholar of. Okay. We here we're Christian.
Yep.
So you have to be a biblical scholar, a Christian scholar,
Mm-hmm.
but you also have to be a scholar of Judaism.
Yep.
In all of its forms, Christianity, as we've talked about, in all of its forms.
Yep.
Buddhism.
Yep.
Hinduism. Islam.
Yep.
You have to be a scholar in every world religion that
Exists.
In
every permutation.
In every permutation that exists or has existed.
Yes.
A lot of people don't think about like the polytheists.
Oh yeah.
The polytheists.
The ancient religion stuff too. Yeah.
Ancient Canaan, ancient Greece, ancient.
The Nordic gods.
Yeah, the Nordic gods. You have to be a scholar in all those religions.
Yes.
And their permutations. All the current religions and their permutations. And guess what? Once you get done with those, there's probably going to be some new religions that might pop up. You have to be a scholar in those religions and all their permutations.
You basically have to know enough about all of them to know that they're not accurate.
Right.
Or at least think you know that they're not accurate.
Right. So you have to have the level of training in each of them.
Maybe that's why they made AI.
Right. That that rivals some of the greatest some of the greatest theologians of each one.
Yeah.
You have to be on par with R.C. Sproul.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be on par with, I can't think of any others, but you have to be on par with guys like that, like R.C. Sproul, like Charles Ryrie, like John MacArthur, who literally spent their entire lives studying it and still came out the other end saying, I don't understand everything.
Yep. All of them did.
Right.
R.C. Sproul definitely said that. John MacArthur said it. I think my dad used to say this a lot, when you go to heaven, outside of being super excited and seeing everything and, obviously, running up and giving Jesus the biggest hug you've ever given, you're going to stop, look around and go, oh, that makes sense. To every single question about heaven and everything that you've ever had. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
Yep.
Which I feel like is a lot of was the disciples' reaction to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Jesus thought, oh, now that makes sense.
Like at first they're like, sorry, I had to adjust this thing. At first they were probably like, what are you talking about? And then all of a sudden he like rises from the dead, and they're like, oh, that's what he was talking about, like dying and rising again.
Imagine. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
This is a tangent. Imagine Peter sitting there, not understanding anything, and then one day going, "Oh, that's why he called me Satan."
Like I literally was hindering the gospel in that moment. Didn't think about that. Didn't realize that. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yep.
But no, really. Back to the topic of
right.
Atheism. You've got to know your stuff, and you've got to really think you know your stuff.
Right.
Now, here's the crazy thing. How do I want to say this? If you are atheistic, truly, and you're doing all that study, most of the people who try to do that end up coming to Christ anyway.
Right.
You ever think of that?
Yeah.
Like, why is that?
There has to be something.
C.S. Lewis, the most reluctant Christian of all time.
By his own admission.
Oh, yeah. He said that.
He said that.
Literally theorized himself back to Christ. Using just thought and theory. And you see that kind of in some of his stories, too, by the way.
Yeah. You can. There are a number of atheists that came out and said, "I'm going to set off to disprove Christianity."
Mm-hmm.
A few months later, a few years into their study, come out. I'm a Christian now.
Like Lee Strobel.
Lee Strobel
did that too.
Right.
He tried to go out and disprove it and ended up proving it.
Right. You know.
So,
and now, of course, are we biased? Yeah.
well, we're biased, but here's the deal. It's historically accurate.
It's historically accurate.
Like, this is what happens almost every single time.
Yeah, it happens. And also, if you're somebody out there and you're just like, I don't care if God exists or not. I just want to live my life the way I want to. I want you to come to Christ. We want you to come to Christ.
Yeah.
But also, how do I say this? Good job with at least being honest with yourself.
Well, there's some people who are self-aware enough and honest enough to just say, look, I don't believe in Christ because I don't want to. Which, all right, respect. I mean, at least you're telling the truth.
Yeah, at least you've come to terms with the fact that you're doing this for
yourself.
For yourself.
And I know way too many people like that.
Yeah,
I actually do.
I know way too many people like that.
Yeah.
Just, I want to go out and have parties and.
You know what? One of my high school, it was my high school director. I was asking a question to a bunch of students one day. It was my senior year, of high school, and the question was, if you could live your life one of two ways, what would it be? The first one was live your life believing there was a God and then ending it finding out that there isn't one, or living your life believing that there wasn't a God, only in the end to find out there was one. High school director, and she was the only one in the school that said this, by the way. High school director says, well, I'd rather live my life like there's no God, and then find out at the end of time that, maybe, there was one. Oops.
Yeah.
And that floored me. That really floored me when I was in high school. I went, what? And now, in high school, I'm going to keep it real. I was pretty lukewarm. My friends may not say that because comparatively speaking, but I was lukewarm. I was not in the Word in high school.
Right.
At least not near as much as I should have been. But
if I'm honest with myself, I'm nowhere near in the Word as much in the Word as I should be.
Well, I mean, everybody's got improvement to make at some point, but I was actually lukewarm. Like,
right.
I never read my Bible in high school, maybe once or twice, like a year. Like, I never did outside of Sunday. So, which is totally my fault, and I really regret that. But, I went to college and got serious about it, and now, I've been a lot more into it the last few years. But, anyways, that was what the response was. And I've noticed that same sentiment, kind of going back to Pascal's wager, start to grow, except it's the reverse. People are like, the reverse of Pascal's wager. They just don't care.
They just don't care.
It's apathetic atheism is what it is.
You're right. And
that was my point.
Like, I understand. There are sinful wants and desires that I have that I wish that in my flesh I wish I could just go out and
stop. You are human.
Yes.
You have a sinful desire.
More than one.
You've had bad thoughts.
You know it.
Okay, well, maybe I deserve some of them thoughts, but
yes.
that's besides the point. But you're telling me that you're a human and you've struggled?
Yes.
Whoa.
Struggling human.
Breaking news. Zach is a human.
Breaking news. Local Christian admits that he has sinned.
Whoa. Clip that. News. 19 minutes.
Yeah. But anyway. I vote the one to just go out and say, hey, I want to live my life how I want to. I don't care if there's God. I don't care either way. I'm just gonna go out and live my life the way I want to.
Oh yeah,
that's a real human desire. So I understand it. Also, on the other hand,
like don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no, I get that. Like, dude, I've been there so many times where I'm just like, man, if I could go to the bar and just get totally blacked out and not ever think about any problems again for the next 24 hours, that would be great.
Yeah.
And then I come back to, well, okay, what's the Christian testimony? Would this be what God wants me to do? No, that would not. And that conviction comes in, and then I stop.
Right.
Now, I know a lot of non-believers who would feel that way. Or at least have conviction enough to not go overboard, and that's in multiple ways. Like, okay, I want you to think about this. This is kind of going back to a humanities argument.
Right.
What is stopping somebody who doesn't believe in God, and really any religious moral system? So atheist just denies it's not just God, even though that's what the term atheist literally means. Atheism denies any form of God,
right?
Whether it be ancient Judaistic, whether it's polytheism, name your religion, Hinduism, Buddhism, like all of it. It rejects all of them. What is stopping a group of people that have no moral code and basis from going out and killing somebody or stealing or
having massive orgies?
I was going to say rape.
Right. Or whatever. Name your sin.
What is stopping? Now, the traditional response is, well, you're a human, you should know that. Like, killing's obviously bad. You don't want to die.
So before you, I know this is where you're going, but before you, okay, so if you're a human, you're saying, oh, all those things are bad, you shouldn't just know it. How?
Exactly.
How?
Like, how should you know that? Why should you know that? Some of them ask that question and go, oh, well, I can do all these things. And
go do them.
Why do you think we have jail?
Why do you think we have jail?
Okay, that's kind of a poor comparison because people do make mistakes.
People do make mistakes.
And do feel bad about that. But
again, if you look, so in terms of that representation, Nathan, hell wasn't made for humanity.
Ooh.
So this is I'm gonna go into a common.
I haven't thought about that.
I'm gonna go into a common argument of some atheists who were just like, why would God?
Yeah.
Why would God go send humans to hell or the lake of fire, and all this stuff? I'm like, and the retort I keep seeing is hell, or this is just like the general premise of it. Hell and the lake of fire wasn't made for humanity. It was made for the devil and his angels.
That's true.
Because if you go back to Genesis 1 and 2...
He wanted to be like God.
How did God create us, Nathan?
He created us on the earth.
He created us on the earth.
Out of dust.
Out of dust.
Not out of fire.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
no, you're totally right.
But did he create us with a sin nature?
No.
No. The Bible says that God will not cause... Well, this is paraphrased. The Bible says God will not cause you to sin. Mm-hmm. So if you're saying, oh, God made evil. No, he didn't. He allows evil to exist.
He allows evil to exist because he allowed choice.
Because he allows free will. Mm-hmm. He has to allow the alternative to good, which is evil.
Well, and that was... if you really go into the theology of it, the study of it, it says God cursed mankind.
Right.
Right? Or God cursed the soil, or whatever.
God cursed creation, whatever translation you're using.
Honestly, I view that curse as God opened the door to Satan to do whatever he wants,
Right.
to certain extents.
To a certain extent, yes.
That's how I view that. Because before, Satan wasn't here.
Right.
Well, okay, you've got the serpent, but you know what I mean.
Right.
He wasn't allowed to operate the way he did, or the way he does now.
Right.
So, anyways, we keep getting rolled off topic a little bit.
But
keep going.
that's just the way it is. It's there are a bunch of arguments that people are going to use for Christianity, or for atheism against Christianity.
Yeah.
Like, why would God allow suffering? Why would God allow evil? And I'm sorry, that's a consequence of allowing choice.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're saying, why would God send people to hell and eternal punishment for basically nothing, for basically living? I'm like, it's not living.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back, we referenced the story a ton. King David's baby with Bathsheba.
Yeah.
I'll call it the affair baby because
that's what it was.
That's what it was. The affair baby. David said, I'm going to see that baby again because...
Mm-hmm.
So, if David was confident enough to say, I'm going to see that child again, it is not a crime against God. It is not a sin against God to just simply exist, to simply live.
Yep.
But, as so often happens, we grew up, and we have the curse of the sin nature within us, and we find it so naturally to lie, to cheat, steal, do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So, the eternal punishment of the lake of fire is a result of you choosing to live your life in a way that makes it clear to God, saying, no, I don't want you.
Yeah. That's a good transition back in, by the way. That's a very scary thought.
Yeah, it's a very scary thought.
Now you touched on creation, and I think you know where we're going to go with this.
Right.
Because we kind of did this in youth group the other night.
Right.
But, Romans 1...
Oh, I love Romans 1.
Oh, me too. I think it's probably one of the most powerful proofs, logically and biblically. So Romans 1:20, this is the NASB, says, "For since the creation of the world, his divine attributes, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood through what has been made, so that they are without excuse. For even though they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks, but they became futile in their speculations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing to be wise, they became fools, and they exchanged the glory of the incorruptible God for an image in the form of corruptible man and of birds and four-footed animals and crawling creatures. And therefore God gave them over to the lust of their hearts, to impurity, so that their bodies would be dishonored among them." And then this is the biggest one. "They exchanged the truth of God for a lie and worshipped and served the creature rather than the Creator, who is blessed forever." So basically what it's saying is there is absolutely no excuse for people to not believe in God just based on creation's existence. And people choose to worship other things. Atheism worships created things. It's not a new idea.
Right. Go back to Mount Sinai. You have the nation of Israel. They have just witnessed 10 plagues destroy Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys can look this up. You can Google it. Those 10 plagues are directly correlated to 10 Egyptian gods.
Yep.
I mean, you got the sun and Ra, the sun and Ra. I don't remember all the ones.
I don't remember the
The taking of the
water
firstborn. Right.
They got a water god too.
They got a water god. They got a god of water. They got a god of locusts. They got a god of the harvest.
Got a god of frogs?
Probably.
Ribbit. Sorry.
But they got
Kermit the God here.
No, no. But anyway, they're just God just takes a whirlwind, fisticuffs to her through the Egyptian pantheon.
And then
it's just like, no, you're not real. You're not real. You're not real. Pharaoh, you think you're God. You're not.
And then Moses walks down the mountain. What does he see?
And so it's not just the 10 plagues. When they reach Sinai and camp out at the base of Sinai, God comes down in a storm.
Yeah.
And I don't know how else to describe it. There is a bunch of storm clouds, it's lightning and thundering on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
So the presence of God is visible to them. What do they do? Aaron, make a golden calf for us.
And then Aaron does it.
Aaron.
He's supposed to be like the priest.
He's supposed to be the
He's the guy. And he turns around and makes
a
golden calf. And Moses gets so mad about it that he burns it, basically. And
he melts it. No, the first thing Moses does, he is coming down with the first copy of the 10 Commandments, by the way.
Yep.
He's coming down, walking down, sees the golden calf.
Okay, does he throw him down or does he just drop him? Because he's just like, what?
I don't remember. I think it says he threw them down.
Dude, if I were Moses and I've been running up and down that mountain and I just got done like
God
begging.
Says this to you. God says this to you.
Well, and he was also just getting done like begging for their lives too, wasn't it?
For like the 1,000th time.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But he was just like, if I'm coming down that mountain, I'm dropping everything. I'm going back up there and just saying,
do it.
Whatever I said before, forget it. Just
be like Palpatine and do it.
It's such a great comparison. Just lightning straight from the top of them. You just see this bolt just cook Israel. But oh man, that would have changed. That would definitely have made the Bible a lot shorter. I mean, it just stops in mid-Exodus, like Exodus chapter 23 is just over.
When God was threatening to end Israel, he was like Moses, get your family, bring them up here.
Noah.
Moses,
get the boat.
Moses, get your family, bring them up here. I'm done.
He's just like, I am done. No, that's not what happened. But
that's not what happened. Moses interceded.
They had proof right in front of them.
They had, like I said, it's a storm cloud. He's lightning. He's thundering. He's acting like Thor. Just like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, and they worship a calf. Like, if you want to prove humanity's stupidity, which I think universally everyone can agree humanity is fairly stupid.
Yes. Just read through the history of Israel.
Just read through the history of literally any history book ever. Even, like, current history.
Right.
Just be like, what? Why are you doing that?
He said not to do it. Now you're doing it. Why?
Yeah. Oh, man.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just
makes me sigh.
Yeah.
Yep.
All I'm saying is I understand that all those times God was just like, I'm done. I'm done. It's like,
why do you think he said it on the cross? Like, it's finished.
It's like,
no, it's over. No, that's not good. Actually, I shouldn't say that. That's a pretty serious thing. He gave up his life for us, man.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
But even in the Gospels, when Jesus is interacting with the Pharisees, sometimes God, I want to be careful how I say this. Don't take this the wrong way, y'all. God grants me just a tunnel into his mind, into part of his mind, I think, and I can just hear the exasperation in Jesus' voice when he's responding to the Pharisees.
I think that's called imagination.
But it might be my imagination. I'll freely admit that. But
Zach's getting teleported.
But I wouldn't be surprised if my imagination wasn't that far off.
I was gonna say, I mean, Jesus was still a person. I imagine he was fairly, well. I mean, he was definitely snarky if you look at some of his responses.
If you look at some of his responses.
Oh man, it's funny. But
just, not even with the Pharisees.
With his own people.
You can see it. Peter. Simon.
Simon Barjona. What? You haven't called me that in a while. He needed the full government name to. Do I have to get your mother? But
even if your mother won't do it, mine will.
So, yeah, okay, that's a tangent. I won't do that to us, but
it's
that all said, we look at how much science we have.
Right.
Look at how much research there is. Look at the telescopes and all of the satellites and stuff we've got. They're out there. All the different probes and stuff on Mars and whatever. They're out there, and they are sending us back data that we had no idea of.
Right.
And the first thing that we sent, one of the first things we sent to space, was to the moon.
Right.
And they measured the dust on the moon. Now, if the Earth was, billions of years old or millions of years old even, whatever, I forget what it is. You're going to have to look it up. But
they change it it seems like every few years at least.
Well, they said that they were supposed to have so much dust on the moon based on how many the amount of dust that was landing, every year. It was every 1,000 years was an inch of space dust or something like that. And they said basically that rate, if they tried to land on the moon, the dust would swallow up whatever the probe was or shuttle thing or whatever it was that they sent there. That was a legitimate concern because they had these theories of how old the Earth was. And then when they landed that specific one, it was 6 inches.
Right.
And there were some people in NASA that were high up and whatever that as soon as they found out about that, immediately became Christians.
Right.
Not even, that's all they needed. They didn't need to have anything else. They immediately became Christians because they realized all of this science hocus pocus that we've had and theories and stuff about how old the Earth is, they are literally fiction.
They are incorrect.
Myths. And then somebody had to come up with some stupid theory to keep their worldview true. Now, here's the thing. Science isn't supposed to change.
Right. Well, and here's the other thing.
Uh-huh.
Science is based off of observed, not just based off.
About to go there.
Not based off of just something we observe once. It's something
repeatable.
It's something we've repeatedly observed. When Isaac Newton discovered gravity, and don't listen to some of the TV shows that say, "Oh, if Isaac Newton hadn't discovered gravity, we'd be floating by now." No, no.
That's on TikTok only.
Gravity still exists, whether we know about it or not. I bet you God has put some laws into creation that we don't even know about yet.
Well, my dad was telling me this, and I need to confirm it still, but I would say it's accurate. They found out that the way that the atmospheric pressures and stuff is very harmful to our bodies, obviously, or it allows harm to our bodies. We don't heal as fast and everything.
Right.
They said that the atmospheric pressure, if it was up just a little bit more, would be almost perfect for our bodies to be able to heal fast, almost instantly. There's some diseases and stuff that just wouldn't be able to exist.
Right.
Now, I want you to think of something. Prior to the flood, was there any rain?
No.
There wasn't.
There wasn't.
It all came out of the ground. And so...
Most of it came out of the ground. It said it was raining too, so...
No, it didn't. Not before. Not before the flood.
You're right.
Pre-flood, it was all from the ground.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you're not talking about
pre-flood.
the flood itself. Okay, no.
Yeah. No, before the flood.
Before the flood.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
I wasn't clear about that. That's,
Yeah.
that's my fault. Pre-flood. All of
It
the
was
water.
it was just a mist from the ground.
Yep. And so likely the atmospheric pressure because of that would have been a little higher.
Well, how do you think Methuselah lived so long? How do you think they all lived so long?
Mm-hmm. And then literally right after the flood, God said, man's years are going to be 120.
Right.
Like this once-in-a-lifetime thing that was once in a lifetime now, it's likely that God added a rule.
Right.
And science can kind of
observe that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's just something to think about.
But getting back to the main point.
I'm saving this cat's life right now.
Science is based on repeated observation. Not just something I observed. Not just like Isaac Newton. The apple fell on the famous story. The apple fell on his head. But after that, you think he went and repeated it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, if I drop this on my head again.
If I take this apple and drop it from this height, oh hey, it falls at a certain rate. It falls at a. But yeah, there are so many scientific discoveries that we've discovered within the last 500-600 years.
Mm-hmm.
Between, like gravity, chemical reactions, medicine, whatever you want. Take your pick.
Yeah.
Technology. But that's just if you're going to say this thing is science, it has to be repeatable.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, there is absolutely no way that something spontaneously combusting into everything is in any way repeatable.
If I take a stick of dynamite and I blow it up 1,000,000 times, will an airplane or something come out of it?
That would be really pretty cool if it did.
But no.
It
will be bang and then smoke and gunpowder.
Right.
That's all that's left. Maybe some paper.
We figured
Shrapnel.
out how to light them and launch them in the sky, make them shoot pretty colors.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's a good point, actually. Hold up here. With all the billions of fireworks
that are shot off
and bombs and stuff how many times have they created anything?
They've created creators. But that's taking something away from.
That's pushing something.
I
mean, like actually created something, like a planet with a biological life system and water and all this stuff.
And not just a biological life system, a precise biological life system that is uniquely tailored.
A very precise system.
And not just this planet, all the planets. Everywhere.
Well, this planet specifically for life, but there are other planets with bacteria and stuff on them.
Right.
And they think they even found another planet that's very similar to Earth.
Right. But.
Which kind of. Maybe this might tee up the next one. Did God create other planets just in case, we didn't sin and we were perfect and live forever? Saved it. And did he make it so that maybe we could go to other planets just in case?
Right.
That's a question for next time.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm gonna transition it because it's 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's 45 minutes and we're tired. So.
It's almost 11:30. Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna stop it there. Yeah, we could create an endless amount of episodes on atheism and why it's wrong and why. But it's if you are talking about atheism, go read the Bible. Just go read it. Whether you're determined to stay an atheist or not, go read the Bible.
He's gonna. Oh, nope, he didn't.
He didn't.
Wanted to get through.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe, bell,
We've got more stuff coming.
share.
Hopefully, I'm gonna record some stuff tomorrow.
Yep, we're gonna have some stuff more soon. We've been talking about getting back on the podcast for a minute, so
Football related, probably for me.
Ooh, football. I like football.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, now so this is the bad thing. We're still not good at this time. We've done this for 3 years now.
See, here's the thing. Every so often, like I want to say, it's like every fourth episode where you get the timing down right.
We might get it.
We might get it. But every so often we get it right, where it just comes up
like this. I'm gonna snap my fingers and then, boom.
Die, dang it.
Nope. 3, 2, 1, boom. Let me try again. Third time's the charm. 3, 2, 1.
Keep trying. Maybe it'll work.
Wow! There we go. That was pretty good.
All right.
All right. Love y'all.
See you guys
Thank
later.
you.
Subscribe.